All right, welcome back to What She Says Sports. This is the Dubai edition. We're here with the Dubai update. All right, so there's been some movement. All right, let's see if y'all can see me. Yay! Hello, hello, hello. Okay, so it looks like Emirates Airlines moved the needle. Now that's something that we talked about. Um, that they would likely have the power to do so. Now, there's a lot happening, right? I checked in on World of Wade. That was the gentleman that was in Doha. He's still in Doha, and there's still missiles going over. He was out like at 2:35 in the morning just to kind of show, the environment, and he's still Doha is still under attack now. Dubai, in my opinion, has gone through great lengths. One, to intercept the missiles and the drones. They've been doing a fantastic job of that. However, the missiles and the drones continue. And amidst the missiles and drones continuing, Emirates Airline has decided to resume special flights. Words like escape plan and special flights in quotes makes me question also the destination of where these flights are going. Now, they're urging people not to run to the airport thinking you could just business as usual. No, these are special flights. So let's talk about where these special flights went. It looks like the first one went to Mumbai in India, and New Delhi, Air India went, Copenhagen, Emirates, what's that? Ganju, Emirates, Berlin, Eurowings, and then Emirates has two flights listed as various. Okay, so what is happening is these special flights are getting certain people out, and it looks like they're going to countries. If you know the region, India is close proximity. By the map, looks close proximity. And they can go that direction. They can likely go towards Egypt. So they have what they call escape routes. Now, while there's still airstrikes happening, they have to be strategic on when they can go out. I'm sure today was a test day, but Dubai has maintained they're not just going to sit by, right? They're not going to just sit by. They're going to keep intercepting these missiles. I don't know what else they're going to do. I'm sure they are in allyship with the United States, who is now in allyship with the UK. So the UK has seemingly started flying its bomber jets, fighter jets, to different bases it has around the world in allyship with Israel and the United States. So that's three superpowers. The UK, well, Israel's not really a superpower, but and the United States. So, I like to remind people that Iran was in an EIGHT, 8-year war, with Iraq, their neighbor. So it shows you that they're persistent. Now, mind you, going to war against three countries is different from going to war against one. However, it shows that they think about it, they prepare for it, and just the sheer number of drones that they have, people have likened it to they just shooting from the hip. They haven't even gotten really into the big stuff yet. And a lot of people side with Iran, saying they have the right to defend themselves. And then, in the U.S., we're starting to lose soldiers. There's video circulating on social media where one of the soldiers who ejected from their plane that was shot down, looks like it was a lady. She fell in Kuwait. She landed in Kuwait, and the Kuwaiti residents came up to her to make sure she was okay. And that was nice and heartwarming to see. So now we have deaths on the U.S. military side, and that's applying pressure. Then there's also the why, the big question of the why. So why the U.S. is asking why this is happening. Dubai, again, going through great lengths to let people know it's still the safest place in the world. The president of Dubai was seen out at a mall and, was talking to the little girl. And as you can see, he has his, I don't know what they call them, but this is the president of Dubai. Security. We'll just call it security. So that's just one. So he was in the mall, the Dubai mall, letting people know it's safe. Now, remember, we talked about the large numbers of people that visit the Dubai mall. And then there was this one where it looks like he ran into a Ghanaian Ghanaian citizen. So
very good, safe country.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. How are you? Hi. Wow, nice to meet you guys.
We're excited.
How are you? Good.
You're happy?
I'm very happy.
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Ghana.
Enjoy your stay.
All right.
Have a good time.
Very good, safe country.
So that's the damage control I believe that's happening. Now, one of the reasons I believe that these flights resumed, because I knew it would be, I knew it would happen, and I knew it would be Emirates. Their flights can cost like $10,000, right? So it's not like this just Southwest, right? You know, no disrespect to Southwest, but I knew Emirates would move the needle. And one of the reasons they're able to move the needle is you have people, hundreds of thousands of people stranded, right? And we heard from a few, and we'll see one again, Eddie. Apparently there's a big influencer culture in Dubai, and we're seeing, and they're still recording. It's like the influencers are like, it's just business as usual for us. So we're going to share that. But one of the reasons I know the needle is moving, and I knew Emirates would move the needle, is the airlines, Emirates Airlines would move the needle, is because they had power outages. So it was reported overnight while we were asleep that fire and outage were reported after Amazon Web Services data center in Dubai was hit by objects. So that's another layer. So you have tourism, and now you have business, right? And in addition to business, right, I checked in on the athletes. I said that Dubai is a sports haven, and that is facts. And a lot of the special flights that have, taken place also involve athletes, in particular, the tennis champions that were there for the U.S. Open. They were playing a small number of players from the recent ATP 500 event, including former U.S. Open champion Danny Medvedev, are currently stuck there. They're staying in official tournament hotels or with friends while waiting for flights to clear so they can travel to Indian Wells tournament in California, which begins on Wednesday. So some of these people will be on those special flights. Remember, we saw the badminton champion from India. They said she was stranded at the airport. When we saw her, she was at a hotel. The Ghanaian women's team, the Black Queens, they're still at a hotel. So understand, I ain't gonna tell you who's on these flights, but these special flights are gonna get some of their top personnel out of Dubai. It's gonna start getting these top athletes that have to make it to other events, because people don't believe this is about sports. But as you can see, they're already saying they're trying to get these people to the next tournament, right? And the horse racing personnel, British trainers and jockeys, including Jamie Osborne, are stranded following Super Saturday. He witnessed the missile interceptions. So how is it that you fly with, how do you have these flights headed to other countries with airstrikes? Well, when I was looking at the map, I was looking at, well, listen to this. Just listen to this.
Imagine both closing together. Oil prices explode, inflation surges, global trade slows. That is Iran's real leverage. If Iran is attacked, the consequences won't stay regional, they will be global. Iran doesn't need a nuclear bomb. Its geography is already a weapon. If the Strait of Hormuz is shut down and pressure hits Bab el-Mandeb, the global economy feels it instantly. These aren't just waterways, they're global economic choke points. Hormuz is only 21 miles wide, yet nearly 30% of the world's oil passes through it. Around 20 million barrels per day, plus LNG supplies that power Europe. That means fuel for cars, flights, factories, everything. Dense tanker traffic turns ships into easy targets for missiles and drones. History proves it. In the 1980s tanker war, and again in 2019, even limited attacks sent oil prices soaring. Now the second pressure point, Bab el-Mandeb. It controls access to the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. Nearly 30% of global container trade passes through it. In 2023, attacks cut shipping traffic by almost 70%, forcing reroutes around Africa. Weeks of delay, massive costs. Now imagine both closing together. Oil prices explode, inflation surges, global trade slows. That is Iran's real leverage. If Iran is attacked, the consequences won't stay regional, they will be global. around
So
Africa.
understand this.
Weeks of delay.
It's the
Massive
geography.
oil prices explode.
So you have
inflation. Oil prices explode.
Hold on 1 second. So you have to the south, you have India. So when you see Emirates going, a flight from India going to India, one of their airlines, or Emirates going to India, it's because of the geography. Now, the flight to Belgium, I don't know which route they're taking, but as you can see, they're talking about how the Strait of Hormuz, which has come to a snail's pace, all-out halt already. That's already happened over here to the right. That's already happened. You have flights trying to fly around or across Africa to get to certain locations. Nothing has come back to the States just yet. So the geography and where they're located, with Iran being central here, you have all of the targets coming in, exiting these directions. So you can look at a map, you can look at the airspace and see where all the traffic is, and you can develop a route based on geography. And India seems to be a place you can go to India. And if you can get a flight from India to different countries, that's going to be the escape route. Now, people have tried to use land routes, but they said it's too complex. So driving from, while some people are going to do it, and we'll probably find a video from somebody out there, while some people will try it, they said it's very, very, very complex to drive from Dubai to Doha, but somebody's going to try it. And I did see where a man had his own private plane and he flew into, I think it was Dubai, right as things were kicking up and all of the planes were being grounded. So since he was in his own jet, I guess he was already, it's one of those things where he had already taken off. And since he had already taken off, he had to land somewhere, and they let him land in Dubai. But when he got there, all of the big jets and all of the military planes and fighter jets were already on the ground. He said there's a lot of big things that shouldn't be here that are here. He kept calling it an apron. So if I can find his video, we'll take a look at that on a different episode. So we have land, complex, air, risky, but special flights and escape routes. The sea, MSC, which is the luxury brand of cruise ships. I have some video on what happened to them. They were coming to Dubai as part of their itinerary. What the update is, they had to let their passengers, they already had passengers. So again, they left a country, then the escalation happens, and they're told to park in Dubai. They're docked in Dubai, and guess who gave them the advisement? The United States military. So it seems that the United States military seems to be like a contractor, so to speak, that's helping out Dubai. While they have an elite missile defense system, I haven't heard anything about their army and military, but the U.S. is all over the Middle East with 27 bases. So the U.S. has advised MSC to dock there, and they have canceled all of their Middle East itinerary. They have other events being canceled in other countries because the athletes are stuck in Dubai. So that's the land, air, sea, and sports. So let's take a look at, and shipping. Don't forget the shipping. So the shipping part, that's the C, right? On the commercial side. So we talked about MSC on the business side of things, but now we're talking about the commercial shipping, right? So we know cruise ship can't go. If cruise ships have to dock, it can't go. All of those tankers, one was actually struck by Iran, are just sitting there in the Strait of Hormuz because Iran is like, you can't come this way. And what they can do, they have an option to get this insurance, right? But the insurance is super expensive. So the companies are telling their tankers, oh, just sit there until we figure it out. And then they're trying to see, is this going to be over by tomorrow? So it's a wait and see game. So they're already sitting in the Strait of Hormuz. And as you heard on the video, they are sitting ducks. And one of them was already hit. So that was a message. So we did talk about how there are messages that are being sent. A residential building in Dubai was hit with a drone. The man was gracious enough to share video so people could see the drone flew in his house and caught on fire. That was a message. The Palm Hotel was a message. The tanker hit. The tanker belongs to Indonesia that was in the approaching the Strait of Hormuz. That was hit. Those are messages, right? And it's a wait and see game on the shipping side. On the cruise ship side, it is, we need you to park right here from the United States military. And that's it. And they did say that the passengers can go ashore, but don't stray too far from the vessel. So there's a lot of people, a lot between the athletes, shipping, tourists, residents, military personnel. It's just more and more people coming to Dubai. So when you see the president going through the mall, the president of Dubai going through the mall, they're letting people know Dubai is safe, even though you can't come here. Because I put this video together. I'm going to share this with you. Not only are there planes grounded in Dubai, like United Airlines and Delta, they're not flying. Emirates, I understand why they tried it, right? I understand why they have their special flights. And I said that it would be them first. New Delhi, I get it. New Delhi Air makes sense. India's right there, right? So let's take a look at this video that I put together so you can kind of see, you see people, you see the influencers, you see kind of Dubai letting people know it's safe. There's missiles flying overhead. So just take a look. Planes grounded in Prague, planes grounded in Australia, planes grounded at JFK. There's like 1,000 planes grounded at JFK. So this is a worldwide backup. Oil prices have already started to go up. So if you did fill up your car and maybe a gas tank or two, you might want to go do that now. Matter of fact, I was thinking we need to fill up our cars because gas in Atlanta was like maybe $2.49 per gallon, regular, and I think premium it's like $3.60 something. You're gonna see $4 on the premium side, like that. It's already starting to happen. Stocks are starting to be affected. So what the video said right here is this war with Iran isn't a regional conflict only. It will have and is having worldwide implications. Travel is in a gridlock, right? While they have special flights leaving, there are flights that were supposed to be connecting through Dubai. They can't even do that. So let's take a look at this video. Oh, hold on one second. Oh, this is Eddie. This is Eddie. He was just being sarcastic because apparently Eddie, the guy I shared that was sharing the truth from Dubai from an American's perspective, this is an update from him. I think he was being sarcastic because I do believe he is an influencer. So let's just take a look, and it's gonna be some profanities here. So we're all grown, right? Okay.
It's just filming content to get more fucking views because of this war, man. Our fucking generation is cooked. There's a whole fucking war going on in this country. An entire war. And all these fucking influencer kids can fucking think about is just filming content.
So basically, he's being sarcastic because that's what he's doing. He's filming content. Matter of fact, he posted a video of himself with a spread of lavish cheeses and foods and nice gourmet dishes in front of him in the pool. So this guy is an influencer, and he's a part of the crew that's letting people know it's business as usual for them. So you see the president of Dubai in the mall letting people know it's still safe. The influencers are still going about business as usual. No change.
What She Said Sports. What She Said.
That it's hands off for Dubai, then that tells you a lot. It tells you that the goal is not to destroy Dubai's economy and reputation. That the goal was to send a message to Dubai and the UAE about America because they hit the Palm Hotel that was supposedly a gift to Trump. So this is Iran striking back at the US via Dubai. That's what this is. So I don't know how many more flights are going to go tomorrow. I'll keep trying to stay up with our people that we started following over there. Destiny said thank you for 3 years because she plays pro ball, so she's done. So I don't know if she can go home, but we'll check in with her. She played at USC, by the way. Her name is Destiny Littleton. She's a pro basketball player. And then EuroLeague basketball is happening over there for the youth. So that's one of the sports that's disrupted along with cricket and everything else. So I think we get it now. I think we get it. The needle seems to be moving. Special flights started today. I'm sure it was a test run to see if they can trust those routes. We'll listen to see if there have been any more airstrikes by drone and missile to Dubai. If it starts to tail off, they'll likely have more flights Once we see flights to the States, then we can presume they believe that they're safe. But people for now on these special flights could easily be going to India and taking planes from India back to the States. I've seen Atlanta news coverage going out to the airport, covering people stuck or stranded in Dubai from, trying to get back to Atlanta. So I'll keep y'all updated on that. I'm headed over to the comments to see if y'all have any insight to share. I hope y'all enjoy the Dubai segment. We'll continue as long as, it's relevant in terms of, a worldwide impact. We'll talk about how much gas is. Let us know. Let us know for tomorrow. If you fill up your car tonight, let me know how much gas was. Get a screenshot. Get a screenshot so you can remember to tell us how much gas was in your area. I don't have my phone sitting right here. Let me see if I can check how much. I think it was like $2.89 or $3.65. How much is gas? Just say Atlanta, Georgia right now. I'm sure it's going to be different based on the locale, but just to get a frame of reference. Regular is $2.80. Okay, regular is $2.80 and premium is $3.76. I think that's pretty good. So let's see if we get to $4. I actually have footage in my phone from the pandemic where I took a picture of the sign at the gas station because it was crazy. It was crazy. So let's see if we get back to those levels, right? So let's see, everybody. How y'all doing? Let me know what's going on. Hit the like button, 182 of us. Thank y'all. That means you like the Dubai updates. Now, I want to tell y'all something. Somebody was in the comments and they said, man, I'm never going to get to Dubai. I said, you know what's crazy? I want to go now. And since it's a sports haven and this is the What She Said Sports, which I think about your girl, Nola girl, heading to Dubai once things are safe because, kudos to Gen Z, but I will not be outside amidst missiles flying. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait and let some other people go. And I'm not talking about right now. I'm talking about at some point in the future, if this conflict comes to a verifiable end, what y'all think about your girl going to one of the sporting events? I don't know, maybe to see the Black Queens of Ghana play soccer match. Then they have stand boarding. Y'all know I love sports. They got basketball, like they got the races. I grew up with horse races. They coming up with that in March. That's huge. It's gonna be interesting to see if things are settled by then. Remember, this is supposed to be only a week-long conflict from the U.S. side. But Iran shooting for the hip right now. I don't know what to expect after that. But they were at war with Iraq for 8 years. And Trump has said forever how long it takes. Now, y'all know there's an agenda there. I don't have to tell you what it is. What they call it, a distraction due to controversy. That's the best way to say it. So I don't know. But if things straighten up and fly right, what y'all think about your girl, Nola girl, going to Dubai for a sporting event? Now, of course, I'll be there for a minute because, I heard how long are the flights? I think from New York it's 14 hours. I'm not in New York. So let's just, guess Atlanta, add on three more hours or something like that. 17 hours maybe. I don't know. We have to see. It depends on the route that you take, right? But yeah, I'm kind of excited. Things come to your consciousness in different ways, right? Yes, it's conflict. We're talking about it. But then as I'm learning about all of these sports, I'm like, geez, I gotta go. I gotta go. All right. So checking all the comments. Shout out to y'all, chat. Subscribe. I want to tell y'all, we are this close away from the goal. You know what the goal is? 7K. Let's get it. 180 bucks hit the like button. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, so I said, I listen, y'all didn't hear me. Oh, that's crazy. That's just absolutely insane. Oh, no. Am I still mute? Oh, that's terrible. I was mute the whole time. Uh-oh. Let me know if can y'all hear me? I mean, there's nothing I can do. Yeah, it don't stay on mute, so I don't know. Oh, that's terrible. Okay, listen. Can you hear me? Yes, I am. Thank you so much. Dubai is next level technology. Let me know if y'all can hear me if I'm still talking to myself. No. A statement made or a message sent, depending on who reading it. So, okay, I guess it got messed up. Oh wow, another great show. Another girl, we need you to stay safe. It sounds right. Okay. So I don't know if y'all can't hear me. I don't know. Let me see something. Hold on one second. Let's see. This is my microphone right here, so I don't know. One time I don't turn on my monitor, thinking, oh, we're good. All right, I'm waiting. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. All right. I don't know at what point you can hear me. A quick recap: land, air, and sea. Okay. I showed y'all the video, so I'm just gonna tell you what you were looking at. I think you can kind of figure some stuff out. Okay. Land, special flights. Emirates moved the needle, and I think there were about 6 flights today, most of them by Emirates going to Belgium, India, and places in that country. They're considered special flights, but I'm sure that it was a test run, and geography is the reason the flights went to places that they can go. Land in the U.S. backed up JFK, like 1,000 flights sitting on the tarmac. International flights worldwide, as I showed you in the video, Prague, Australia, just name an airport, it's backed up. No flights can come in. Special flights were able to go out. The athletes like that play tennis, it looks like they're trying to get them out. I think the young lady that played badminton, she's from India. So I'm pretty sure we'll find out that she may have been on those special flights. Also, special flights could be their top leaders. It is reported that the leader of Israel, Netanyahu, fled to Germany. So there's been talks, and I didn't even say this when we were muted. There were talks about if we see the U.S. leadership and their family leave, then that's the telltale sign. So it's reported that Israel's leader left and went to Germany, which is very strange. And the special flights out of Dubai. If the athletes are still there and they didn't go to India and they're from India, then that's their leadership, their personnel. But I did share the video with the president of Dubai walking around the Dubai Mall. He met with the Ghanaian man and the little girl. They're letting people know everything's okay. I talked about the influencers, how it's business as usual. I showed you the video with them on the beach, still doing their thing. So Dubai and the influencers are still keeping things going. Damage control, we're safe here. Now, the power did go out. So since the power went out with Amazon Web Services, that affects their data and what they have access to. And things are going to get sticky. Airports, hotels were starting to, I think the government was talking to these. They were still charging people for these bookings. Some of them were giving them free nights, one night. So it's kind of like Hurricane Allen, the aftermath of a hurricane, where you have to go to a hotel, but they're making you pay. I didn't know that. So it'll be interesting when Americans start to come back to the U.S. to get their stories. I told y'all about World of Wade, who was in Doha. He's still in Doha. I don't know if he lives there or not, but he's still there. Of course, they still have attacks and missiles going that way. I quickly talked about how the airstrikes are continuing in Dubai. And as they begin to lessen, we'll see more flights go out. That Americans, if they can get on these special flights coming up in the next couple of days, will likely fly to places like India or to Africa and take flights from those countries back to the States. I'm sure today's flights were a test run to see if those routes were safe. So that's land. In terms of car travel, traveling to Doha is very complex, they said. So that's probably a no-go. I said if I was muted that somebody's going to try it, I'll look and see. I told the story of how a man flew his private plane. He had taken off before the airstrikes in Dubai started. They let him land. He showed footage of military aircraft and all the aircraft that is grounded in Dubai. So the term Middle East airspace is closed now says heavily restricted. And the terms special flights and escape routes are being used. So that's land. Now let's go to sea. I talked about how the Strait of Hormuz is at a standstill, how corporations who own the tankers there after one of the tankers from Indonesia, Palau or something like that, their tanker was hit. That was the message. So the rest of the tankers are just blocking and just sitting there in the Strait of Hormuz. They are sitting targets, as I showed on the video. And they're waiting to see if they can get the insurance, if the companies want to get the insurance, but the companies are telling their employees, just stay there. We're going to see how long this lasts. From the U.S. side, they thought this would last a week. Iran has said, yeah, no, we're not doing a ceasefire. Iran was at war with Iraq for 8 years. Now, that's one country, Iran versus one country. But now, I said when I was muted, I think the UK has kind of joined in by bringing their fighter jets to their bases close to the conflict region. So the UK, Israel, and the United States seem to be getting ready against Iran, who is still going at other countries. Qatar shot down one of Iran's ships. So that's, and that's on the shipping side. So we have the Strait of Hormuz closed, gas prices going up. I said, go fill up your car with gas, maybe fill up another tank. You know how you have the little gas cans filled, little gas plastic, maybe get one of those. I checked gas, $3.27 on the premium side or something like that, $3.72 on the premium side, $2.80 something on the regular side. That's probably, we're going to see $4. It's already being reported in the news that gas prices, oil is going up because the Strait of Hormuz is where it comes from. So I was saying in the video that this conflict is not just regional, it's worldwide. So and then on the shipping side for cruise ships, right? For travel, tourism, MSC cruise ship. That's what I was showing you when I was showing you the language, what they were saying. They arrived to Dubai and were told by the United States to park. So I talked about the United States having some kind of control there because of all their military bases. They seem like the contractor being it's almost like the U.S. is the military contractor while Dubai is doing a great job of intercepting missiles. The U.S. seems to be on the ground for them. I shared and talked about the low-flying cargo planes for the military, saying that I saw one and it looks like a cargo plane on the outside, but it had U.S. military personnel on the inside flying low in Miami. I said, if y'all know anything about that, let me know. If you're in Miami, if you were in the military, do they use those planes to transport our military personnel? I think the answer to the question is yes. That's not just cargo. Then I talked about they already brought back 3 bodies from the United States, 3 soldiers who passed away. And I think it's a total is 6 now. So the numbers are going up every day for U.S. personnel. That is a problem in the U.S., but I don't know if anybody gonna do anything about it. That's a problem because people are now saying this wasn't supposed to happen, and people are discussing that the U.S. is only involved at Israel's behest, and that we should not have anything to do with this, but that we decided to get involved because there's controversy happening and to deflect from the controversy that's happening. And you know what it is. We're not going down that road. So that's land, cruise ships, U.S. military telling them you can't leave, stay here. Their people can get off the boats. They can go on to Dubai's land, but they can't go far from the ship. I don't know how long they're going to be there, but they can't leave. Yeah. So that's land, air, and sea. So we talked about all of the planes grounded in all of the affected countries, including the United States, with JFK, with thousands of flights canceled, hundreds of planes sitting on the tarmac, can't go nowhere. I said, if you're going to travel by air, you might want to think about it because while this is an international conflict, it is having domestic impact over here in the States and everywhere else. Gas prices going up. Prices for everything else is going to follow. People in Dubai were talking about, yes, they have food, but everything is expensive. Find out they were paying for hotels. So Emirates starting to move the needle to get these people out and these other flights that are geographically approximate. Like India is smart. So let's see what happens tomorrow. All right, that's the land, air, and sea recap. And all of the athletes are still grounded. So those special flights, I don't know. I think it's their personnel. I think it's their people. But that's why the president was walking around to let y'all know he's not leaving. So special flights. Let's see if we can find any Americans on special flights. All right. So hopefully y'all got that. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You can hear me. All right. It said they start something and leave for safety. Yeah. When I heard that Israel's leader left for Germany, I was like, huh? I was like, why? Apparently they're not showing it, but they've been hit pretty bad. Their nuclear facility was hit, something, the Iron Dome, I think. That's what that is. That was hit. So they have a lot going on, but they're not saying. And that's another thing, right? From the US side, we're used to all of these liberties of sharing and talking. But from some of these other countries, like I can see with Dubai, they don't really kind of want the negativity, you know, coming out, but they handling business over there. And apparently, since I've been talking about Dubai, my phone is nosy. It has decided to start sending me Dubai property tours for people in Atlanta, Buckhead. I'm like, why? So they don't pay taxes. No state, no federal taxes. So people go over there for tax havens and to live the lavish life and keep their millions. So y'all might start getting those too. Just stay tuned. So they're trying to get Americans to move to Dubai. That's what all the influencers are about. And it says, thank you so much for summarizing what we missed earlier in the programming. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for hanging out, because that's the one time I didn't turn on my monitor, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to my mic. We need you safe and sound right now. I'm not going to Dubai right now. So that's what I said at the end. I said, you know, somebody in the comments said that, man, I'm never going to get to Dubai. I was like, well, I want to go now, but not right now. Not right now. Because partying on the beach, it ain't for me. It ain't for me. With Mr. I mean, it's a beautiful place. And, you know, people talk about how it's, you know, manufactured. Yeah, everything's manufactured, right? Some stuff is natural, real. But it's this part right here that got me. With them partying on the beach with missiles flying. I'm like, yes, that is a missile. And that's what I said. I don't know how this is going to go. But, you know, now that I know it's a sports haven, yeah. I was like, what do y'all think about your girl, Nola girl, going to Dubai? That's what I was saying when I did this. So, you know, that's what I was saying. So, hopefully y'all got the land, air, and sea. The athletes update. Apparently everybody's still over there, but they're not going to tell you who they let out. See, that's what I mean. We're used to all sorts of kind of liberties over here. There's a lot that they're not going to say, right? Like they had flights listed as destinations being various. I mean, if you told me you're going to Copenhagen and New Delhi and Belgium, various, maybe that means it's a connected flight. I mean, normally they tell you, but, you know, I don't know. Because when you say special flights and you're talking about escape routes, those are the words that caught my attention today. Special flights and escape routes. So stay tuned. All right. So I appreciate y'all hanging out. But if y'all know something and start seeing, now Atlanta has Air Force Base, I think. So if y'all are in a town, pay attention to the gas. You know, if you go to the gas station and you notice the uptick in gas, the $4, screenshot it for us and let us know where you are. If you start seeing these military planes that look like cargo planes, let us know what city you're in. If you saw one, try to get a photo if you can. Because I think that's what we're going to start seeing next. More military personnel. Because I think when I checked their bases that they only had like 5,000 people. But now, you know, they have more and more people joining. So what do y'all think about now that the UK has joined in? And the way people talk about this conflict from the US side of things, they never talk about the things that are being said about the leader of Iran that was killed, that he was vile, he's a bad person. And I'm thinking to myself, are we serious right now? It's like we're not being honest here about the vileness and who's vile. So I don't know what's going to happen, but let me know what y'all think now that the UK has joined in. And now that I'm looking at the allyship countries, you know, the UK, Prince Andrew, you know, they had people in the files, and you know, the United States all over the place, and Israel, the reason the file existed first. With those three working together, it's just like, I think maybe what people are saying is true. I want to know what y'all think. That this is more of a distraction and to prevent a change in of leadership, and this could drag out a really long time. Dubai kept safe and out of it. If the numbers of missiles and drones start to decrease there, but the conflict continues and starts to ramp up on countries that Iran attacks, and then I don't know, US just in UK, I don't know, because I don't know how you do that in the midst of the files pointing at the UK, pointing at Israel, pointing at the United States. And those are things we probably can't really even talk about over here. So, because the media is just not forthcoming. It's just not. It's just not forthcoming. In fact, I've said I'm probably going to talk about this, the more extensive part of the why that kind of coverage, even though people are talking about it publicly. I'm, maybe doing a special members live stream or members video. Yeah, members live stream, just to kind of talk about it behind the scenes and see what everybody's kind of thinking, right? I think everybody's kind of thinking the same thing. Americans are just like, yep, this is what it's supposed to be. This is not that. This is not that. I think that's what Americans are saying. So it said, I don't know what to think. It said, these leaders don't tell the truth about what's really going on. That's true. It said, I know we're talking about the events in Dubai, but our favorite nephew, Shador, showed everyone he has a fresh haircut with braids with no spray. Okay, thank you, Destiny. Thank you so much. Thank you for summarizing. Yeah, I'm glad I stayed to do that too, because I had no idea I was muted, but hopefully the videos gave some kind of insight. So here's what I'll do. I'll be back at 10:35 because it's the off season. I want to catch up on Coach Prime was rolling with Nick Cannon. And well, now that I know Shador got his braids done, we're gonna talk about Shador anyway, because Carson back now. Anybody but Shador. I call it Surviving the Browns. This is probably episode 5. Anybody but Shador. Surviving the Browns season 2, episode 5. Anybody but Shador. So we talk about that. Coach Prime and Nick Cannon. And Coach Prime was talking to Code to Karuchi. Does anybody know what he meant? I'm gonna talk about that. And the Atlanta Hawks decided to have Magic City night. Magic City, for y'all that don't know, is a strip club. And there's a lot happening there. So I'll be back at 10:35 to talk about the offseason. Many of the Buffs said goodbye to Dom, and the Coach Prime gave them the option of not practicing if they didn't think that they could. And they talked about him in practice. So it was funny. I was looking at the quarterbacks, and it was just 3 of them, right? So this will begin to set in, and then people in the comments were telling me about the car he was driving, the Tesla, that apparently there's a website. I looked into it called Tesla-fires.com. So apparently I checked and verified his car caught on fire, and it talks about how the fire personnel, the firefighters, have to have special training on to put those fires out. So that might be something his father is going to look into. I think he should, because we'll talk about that tonight. If that was just a standard Toyota Camry, no EV, and it rolled down an embankment and caught on fire, would he have been able to get out, or would it have burst into flames at all? So the type of car he was driving could have made the difference. And if there's something about those cars that so much so that they have a website dedicated to it with fires, it's probably something they're going to look into. So we'll be back tonight, 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the off season and the latest buzz. Probably talk about all that at the same time. All right, y'all. So I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching What She Said Sports. Thank you for hanging through the technical difficulties. And I'll see y'all tonight.